Hey guys, quick trigger warning here. I'm talking today about suicide prevention. So if this is a sensitive topic for you, I just want to give you a warning about that before you jump into this video. I'm talking about suicide and suicide prevention for military veterans and first responders in our community that deal with service-related stress and anxiety disorders and PTSD and complex PTSD. This is not a video about any other psychological issues or any other reasons that may pertain to suicide. Hey guys, Sarah here, out on my morning walk doing some healing out loud. And I have a really important topic to talk with you about today. So I got a phone call this morning from a friend who had another friend confide in them that they were suicidal, and she didn't know what to do with this information. And so I'm really glad she called me because I actually have a background in suicide prevention and I'm trained to deal with these kind of things, and I felt like it was important to share with everybody what I told her, because in our community these kind of things happen way too frequently. Long story short of this conversation, the friend had confided in her that she was contemplating suicide. She had an idea of how she wanted it to happen, and then she swore her friend to secrecy about it. And these kind of conversations is what happens when somebody's reaching out for help and they don't quite know what to do or say, and they may be embarrassed that their thoughts are going there, or they don't want the intervention or attention of getting hospitalized or whatever may come of that. So here's what you do if you find yourself in that situation. So I want you to remember three things: Q, P, R. So the first is Q, question. Directly ask the person, are you considering killing yourself? Or worded another way, are you considering committing suicide? Are you planning on committing suicide? So the question is, ask a very direct question. None of this beating around the bush of, do you want to harm yourself? Are you thinking of hurting yourself? Like a very direct question about suicide. If the person answers yes, you're going to move on to the next part, which is the P, persuade. So you are going to persuade them to not take action on their plan. And that could mean, if they've called you in the middle of the night, hey, promise me you're not going to do anything until we can talk tomorrow and make a plan to get help. Or promise me you won't do anything until we can talk about this again. Tell me you won't do anything. Promise me you won't do anything until we can look at some more resources together on how we can get help in a way that works best for you. And hopefully the person agrees to that request, to you persuading them to not do anything, not take any action immediately. If the person that you're trying to persuade, if you feel like their life is in immediate danger, they're not able to be persuaded, they're telling you that they are going to follow through with their plans, this is the point where you call 911 and get immediate help for this person. At that point, they need immediate intervention that you just can't provide. And by taking that action to call emergency services, you are potentially saving their life. So they may be mad at you because they asked you not to do that, but we're talking about saving a life here, guys. So if there is immediate concern that they will take their life and they cannot be persuaded, then you need to call 911. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They can be mad at you all they want, but you will save their life. And then the last is R, refer. So what you're gonna do is refer them to somebody that can help, somebody that is trained to help, somebody that can help them make the first steps to get out of this life-threatening situation, because that's exactly where they're in. So those are the 3 things that you need to do if somebody has confided in you that they are contemplating suicide, or they've told you that they are going to commit suicide. You have been put in a very difficult situation with this information that somebody has trusted you with, and it's not to be taken lightly. There are resources out there. Because somebody is contemplating suicide, they're already in a space where they think there are no other options, or there's no other way out, and there's no way to help. So the persuasion and referral part is a bit tricky, but there's ways. And there's so many people that have gone deep down that hole of thinking that there's no way out but suicide, and they've recovered. So just being with them, staying with them, persuading them, and then working on the point to refer them. And the referral doesn't have to happen immediately during that first conversation, but the persuasion does. You need them to hold on a bit longer, to see the light, to see that there is a way out of this. And because they've trusted you with this information, and as you being their friend, I know this is a lot to carry, but it's your burden to carry at this particular time. All right, so let's talk about it from the other perspective now. If you are the one that's reaching out to somebody and you are suicidal and you don't want to live anymore and you don't think that there are any options, realize that when you tell somebody this, of course they're going to want to help you, and there is help. And I know you reach out for help for a reason, because you don't want to do what you're contemplating doing. When you reach out to somebody, especially a peer or someone that may not be professionally trained to help you through this, know that they may not have all the answers. And if you just want to talk, that's great, but also know that you are putting some information on them that is very serious, and they are going to do whatever they can to help you because they love you and they want you to live, and you are wanted and needed here. Trust me. When you reach out, I know you won't be in the right frame of mind to think that there are options or accept that there are options, but there are. There's so many options. And I know that, you know, through this cycle of your life where you've just gotten to a point where you feel like the only way out is death, that's heavy, and I feel you. And I want you to know that there are options. There's a way out, and all you have to do is start the process. And if you've reached out to somebody, you've started the process. So I want you to hang on, get the help you need. It's going to be rough for a while, but if you're at the point of contemplating suicide, you're already there, guys. There's nowhere else for you to go but up from here. So accept the help and reach out and get the help you need. So Suicide Prevention Month, you know, we see the 988 number written everywhere. And, you know, if you're in trouble, call 988, or if you're contemplating suicide, call 988. Here's what I want to get is to not get to that point where you need that number. So reach out, talk to your friends. If you're struggling, get help, get opinions. But your life is so valuable and you're needed here on this earth, and you have an incredible story to tell, and I want you around for it. So, quick recap. If somebody is confiding in you that they're contemplating suicide, remember QPR. Question, persuade, refer. Guys, this is how we prevent suicide.